Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again, early. This is Friday, the 7th, wow, of August. You know, with all the things that's going on in this country today, unemployment, people being laid off, people not receiving any money to pay their bills, the pandemic, health care costs beyond the moon, all of these various problems. And you would think that if a solution came around that would say that nobody would lose their housing, everybody would be able to maintain their housing. You would think that if a solution came around that says that everyone would be able to have as much food as they require, need, or want, that everybody would just have their needs met, their transportation would be maintained, and gasoline or whatever is taken necessary to make things life wonderful. Say the pandemic was here and it might kind of hold us back a little bit, but basically everything else would continue. You would think that something like that would be the talk of the day. Not Black is King with Beyonce. You would think that humanity has finally awakened. That would be the topic of the day. But no, ladies and gentlemen, you won't hear about that today because people have accepted the fact that in order to live, you got to have money. Anything you need to do or want to do in this country, and probably in this world, requires money. And so people will do anything to get money because there are a lot of things that they want to do. And so when you deal with the reality, you find out that your money is kind of limited. And if you go on the other side, like the evil side, you can get more money, like being able to do what is necessary. If it means lying and cheating, like your president has done in his history, that you'll get more money. And people have watched him lie and cheat in his regular human capacity outside of government. And so they brought him into government, that he would lie and cheat a little bit more for their benefit. It doesn't matter who else they hurt, just as long as they can get their share. And that's why we got the president of the United States named Donald Trump, a liar, a cheater, a representation of evil, so that all the evil people in this country can jump behind him. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody that does not jump behind him are free from evil. It just means that they are not as evil as Donald Trump. You know, there are a lot of people who do a lot of evil, like they'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll steal, but they're limited. They will not kill. But see, the evil ones, the most evil ones that follow with Trump, they lie, cheat, steal, and kill. They'll kill people for telling the truth. They'll kill them and because they told the truth about something that they didn't want the truth, that perhaps the murderer didn't want the truth known. It's just amazing. And yet, to tell the truth, you won't be on the news. To say people, hey, there's a way, listen to me, to actually say that there's a way that you'll never be hungry another day in your life, that won't get reported. There's a way that you can say that you can have peace and prosperity in your life, every last one of you. That won't get reported. There's those who can tell you why it's so essential that we keep all lives and all shades that makes the bouquet as beautiful as it can be. Yes, in a bouquet of flowers, you see all kinds of shades. They are beautiful as can be. But you know what? In there also is a white flower. And that white flower has just as much beauty as the black flower. It has just as much beauty as the yellow flower, the red flower, because it is a flower within itself. But the thing that makes the bouquet and makes it so beautiful is that those flowers come together. You think that would be reported? Nah. You want to talk about beatdowns and things that's troubling people, and changes are not even thought about being made that would bring about that. It's just sad, ladies and gentlemen, but I still stand and tell you that the 21st century holds promise. And I say to all politicians of color, I know you've taken an oath. You have taken an oath to uphold this evil system in America. You have been told that it is the best system in the world, and it produces the same kinds of pains and suffering that any and every system produces. In fact, this nation produces more in certain instances. And yet you have taken an oath that you are going to uphold the principles and the standards that have been set, even though you, people of color, are treated as second-class citizens. You have taken an oath that you're going to maintain that. And those who consider themselves the privileged, it is their job to make sure that when you try to rise up, they put their knee back on your neck and push you back down. And the only way you can escape this is to give your allegiance to another. And first, that would be to recognize that there is another outside of those who formulated the system. You see, as a social scientist, I admit that there are so many things you never know. You never knew, how many of you knew that every rich country got rich by not only the resources that it had or the ingenuity that those citizens of that region were able to exercise, but also the ability and the heartlessness to go and take from others, take their land, make people slaves, anything. That's how you get an empire. That's how you recognize your imperialism. All of these things, ladies and gentlemen, just as bad as it can be. And all the churches in America can't free you, not a single one. The Catholic Church, the Protestant Church, and if you want to break it down, the Methodist, Baptist, Pentecost, and all this, none of them can free you. You're in bondage just like everybody else. And only the Spirit of God can free you. You know, no one can teach you to speak in tongues, even though they try. It can't happen unless the Spirit. They try to teach you about faith. They can tell you all they want to tell you about faith, but you'll never have faith until the Spirit of God. And I can tell you all about heaven on earth, but you'll never have it until the Spirit of God. And right now, we in America and the rest of the world do not have heaven on earth because we are controlled by Satan. And the workers of Satan, which we call demons or devils, are really, really on the job. And for those who speak for truth and those who speak for love, they are so limited, you don't even know where they exist. But having said this, I'd just like to remind you that here again, this election is coming around on November 3rd. You have Mr. Evil and all of his cohorts doing everything they possibly can to assure themselves that they can continue to control America. That evil will continue to control America. That evil will continue to control America. That means the evil president. That means the evil Department of Justice. That means the evil Department of Housing. That means the evil Department of Economics. And every department that you can come up with is controlled by evil. Why? The evidence is there to support it. Their pain, their suffering from those who are denied from the benefits thereof. So I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this your moment and time. Next, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.